So let's talk about the Ambazonia crisis and how puppet leadership is ruining Cameroon, taking a beautiful country like Cameroon to doom, total doom, complete destruction. And are we supposed to believe? Are we supposed to just take this and believe that this is a Cameroonian thing? That this talk of separation and this talk of having a certain English side and having a certain French side. I mean, it's not far-fetched for us to think that this is French infiltration. This is another form of soft power politics. This is French infiltration, coming into our communities, bringing division and bringing about all these things. And some of these people are dumb enough to fall for this nonsense. And with ineffective puppet leadership that is always in France, what do you expect? What do you expect? I mean, take a look at this.
Now be they shoot.
I'm really shoot them.
Why? Then just they shoot any man.
Any man for day. All man is shoot all my house.
Why?
All thing. All my house.
Why?
My pillar.
Why? Asia.
He scattered all the house. All.
These people now some bad luck people head, my brother.
He come for down house. Shoot all the down house. But the house.
I mean, people are fighting that they want to have a certain English side. They want to have their own English section with their own English system, and some are fighting. They want to have their own French section with their own French system. This is complete jargon, complete nonsense, just total nonsense. I mean, if you clearly look at the map of Cameroon, you see the origin of the problem. It's not far-fetched a theory for any of us not to believe that this problem is being caused by, because we allow these people, the French agents to just walk into the country, get into our villages, fuse dispute into people's head, what do you expect? With ineffective puppet leadership that has no control at all. No direction. Everyone is just going in different directions. This is what happens when you don't have strong unity. And instead for us to be thinking about possibly uniting with other parts of Africa, we're talking about having a separate country. This is complete nonsense. Meanwhile, you have French military, you have, including Cameroonian trained military. They come in, they train our soldiers to kill, civilians. Will they do this in France? I mean, look at this nonsense. And we are falling for it. And we have to be very careful. In as much as we are talking about the English this, the French this, we have to look at ourselves first. Because without this sellout in the country, you will not have these foreign invaders from China, England, wherever they come from, coming and causing confusion in the country. And we have to look at the center of the problem. Where does the problem start? The problem starts with the coming of these people. You see clearly a map of Cameroon. It goes from this, like that, like that, like that, like that. It goes, causing small port territories for anyone to come in and exploit. And we're here trying to fight to cause more of this division, to cause more of these territories, so people can come into Africa, have their shopping spree. Pedophiles come in, have their shopping spree of young boys and girls. No control anywhere. People come in, do whatever they want to do. And again, the center of the problem goes with this puppet leadership, puppet presidents, up and down. Look at the picture like Afreseka. We see how that monument at the beach. And this picture is very telling. This picture is very telling because you have an oil rig, like not so far away from the water, like just right there at the beach, killing our fishes, just killing everything and just waste everywhere on the beach. This was a very beautiful beach 20 years ago, 10 years ago. But we allow things like this to happen. And it's because we allow things like this to happen that we are doomed. And until we focus on the sellouts within us, there is no room for progress. I mean, look at the Cameroonian creating things. And there are so many more Cameroonians that can do this. So why we don't focus on building our industry? Why we focus on separation? We don't want to build monuments. Instead for us to go and research people like Ruben Nyobe that was talking about unification to unite the country so the country can move forward. A stronger Cameroon is a united Cameroon. We will not be talking about that. We want to be talking about separation. I want to be building monuments. For someone who came in, he was supposed to be a missionary, by the way, came in and named a city Victoria after the Queen of England. The city used to be called Bimbia. He named the city Victoria. And we are talking about him being this monument is built for Alfred Seca, who founded. But there are other two Jamaican missionaries. But we don't build monuments for them. Completely whitewashing anything that is not white. Whitewash it all. That's where our problem begins. And to have this thing needs to be taken down. Why don't they teach true history in school? You have French military coming here terrorizing our babies. And now they are closing schools, talking about they are teaching French in schools. We want our children to be taught in English. I mean, can you see that that's the problem in the first place? That you're trying to fight over foreign languages? We need a stronger Cameroonian unity. And a stronger Cameroonian unity that will say we need to get rid of all this language, this French and this English. And I mean, this is French military in Cameroon. This is French military, this is foreign military in Cameroon. And Switzerland just confessed that the Cameroonian government and the separatists, the people in the English-speaking part that are trying to separate, have called Switzerland to come and mediate and to be a mediator and to negotiate all this. What is this nonsense? So we pass Nigeria, we pass Ghana, we pass all these other peaceful countries in Africa. And we go to Switzerland to come and solve our problem. The people that are the cause of the problem in the first place, we readily invite foreign invasion. Something is wrong somewhere if we don't see this thing happening right in front of our eyes. And the people with real power to change things should start realizing things like this. Should start thinking about teaching our children African languages. So something like this will not happen again in the future. We have this problem because of colonialism, but we can change this problem and we can move forward. The way forward is not to separate the country. Okay, have a separate country, a weak link for these invaders from everywhere, from China and the US, everywhere, France, whatever, to come and invade, to come and infiltrate the government. Putting in charge puppets, complete puppets, sellouts, have no duty towards their people, focus on selling out, and they are doing a very good job at it. All this talk about separation needs to stop. We need to be thinking about we will eventually want to be united with our brothers and sisters in the East. We are not talking about maybe learning Swahili. We're not talking about researching even a Cameroonian thing that is a Bamum script. We've completely forgotten about that. One of the most important scripts ever developed by a Cameroonian king. We will not talk about that. We want to talk about separating. What is this nonsense? And you have these military people killing their own people. It's a very sad time. It's time for Cameroonians to wake up. The country was separated in the first place after the World War I. And in the Treaty of Versailles, Versailles is a city in France. And we need to forget about the UN. Forget about the UN. Stop going to there is nothing you can achieve at the UN. Wasn't it the United Nations that aided in the division of Africa? The United Nations is basically a new name for the League of Nations. These institutions created to enslave Africans. And we are there thinking that they can suddenly solve our problem. The best way to solve this problem is to look within, is to look at ourselves and to see how we can fix this. And the only way to fix this is to bring about a group of linguists in Cameroon. Cameroon has very good linguists. Bring them down, have them develop a unique Cameroonian language. Or if we are to teach Cameroonians, other languages that are present in Africa, very good languages, by the way. They sound well, they have African vibration. They have the right vibration for our children to communicate with their brothers and sisters on the African continent. So what are we doing here? Talking about separation and all these jargons. We need to put an end to all these useless jargons. Building a monument for Alfred Seka and all these things. And this channel is dedicated to wipe away, to eradicate all this madness that is going on in the mind. Because they realized that the only way they could conquer us was to target the mind. Now you have basically brainwashed individuals walking up and down thinking that they have a mind of their own. Meanwhile, they are enslaved up here. What is going on here? We need to stop this killing of each other. It's a very sad time when Cameroonians are chased into the bush, villages are burning down, the army goes into the village, burn down villages. And I have relatives that are going through this madness, burning down our villages, terrorizing our children in a country in which they are supposed to be free and think and to innovate. They are going through rubbish like this because we have leaders who cannot see 10 steps ahead to see this foreign invasion. Basically a new way for them to send their military and come and occupy us. So what are we talking about here? A solution for the problem. Bring in Africans that have a good linguistical sense. Put them down. They come out with the proper language for us to speak. That is not foreign. That doesn't have a foreign vibration. All this Je suis, up and down the place. One cannot even understand these Je suis. And we need to stop calling ourselves Anglophone, Francophone, and all these things.